There we go. Okay. Let me just get my desk set up a little bit here. Just getting set up, giving everyone some time to jump in. I'm gonna change the lighting setting. Okay. Hopefully you guys are able to see. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna be live for a bit, and I won't be live long. So I think I'm gonna start with some swatching. So I've decided I had got this book a while back. First of all, hi everybody. I don't know if I said hi, but hello everyone. I got this book a while back on Temu. I think it was Temu, and it's just a little watercolor book. You're gonna hear Yuki in the background because he likes to whine and cry for my attention every time I hit the play button. So he's fine, nothing's wrong with him. So I got this a while back on Temu, and you guys know in this one here, I just have it swatched on just some random piece of watercolor paper, and it is beat up. I even have these swatched. But what I decided to do, since I'm not using this book, I thought that I would use this for my metallic watercolors. It's not a lot of pages in here either. And actually, I think it's supposed to be, because the pen loop is up here, so I don't know which direction it's supposed to go. But I'm going to do it this way. So, and the reason I'm going on about that is because I got some new metallic watercolors, and I only opened the Amazon box, and I only took like the little piece of tape that was off here so I wouldn't be making noise. So we're gonna open it now together. And okay, so I thought I had got rid of all the plastic on the outside, but there's a little bit of plastic on the inside. So sorry for the noise rattling. Oh, and it's wrapped in plastic too. I tried to eliminate the plastic noise. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to do this. I don't know. Some people like the plastic noise. Some people don't. I can't please everybody. It doesn't bother me too much when I'm doing it myself, but when I hear it on other videos, depending on how loud it is, it can be kind of annoying. So now there's like a, oh, does this not just slide off? Okay, there we go. All right, so here we go. This is the tin. And they have this here. This is like the stuff, I guess, to keep it fresh. May or may not keep that in there. So here they are. And these are the color shift, or one of the color shift sets. I wish that it came like these. Like this one, or you could just put the colors in there, and they have the little magnets on the bottom. But I could always modify it a little bit, because I think, yeah, this comes out. So I don't know if I have any magnet strips. I think I do, actually. I think they're really big though. They're not strips, um they're like little buttons, and you get 12 of them. So that's like perfect. And then I could always just put them on there. It says you get, oh, okay. So I could always, but these seem really big. They're a little big, but I can probably, whoa, and it definitely sticks. Okay. So, oh, they do have colors. So there's 12 in this set. So I was thinking I'm going to section this off. Don't expect it to be super even because, you know, it's me. So let me just grab, I'm gonna grab a waterproof pen. And I'm just gonna grab my Copic multi-liner, and I'm going to, at the top, make space to write the name of it. And then from there, I'm just going to, it's not gonna be super fancy. I'm just gonna do that. Do that. I don't know if you guys, oh yeah, you can. Okay, I'm like, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just making some markings. This is waterproof ink. It's supposed to be anyway. We'll find out. All right. And then I'm just going to I want to leave enough room for like to write the name and the swatch. I can always put the swatch and then put the name underneath. But I'm just gonna do that. And that. I will let that dry a little bit. That's more than enough spaces. So let it dry. While it's drying, I want to get a smaller size waterproof ink and write the name of them. I was gonna swatch them first maybe, but I need to write the names because they're on the paper. They're not on the container itself. So that's the first one. We're gonna get to some coloring too, hopefully today. I'm just writing these down. I'm giving the ink time to set in the paper to dry so that it's completely waterproof. Maybe we'll try some of these out in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. It's diamond purple. This is what? Okay. I'm gonna put, it says decock, but I'm gonna put peacock because that might be what they're going for, and it could just be a typo. I hope. Let me move this for now. Golden rose. I can't wait to see what that looks like. Okay. We're gonna open these guys up as soon as this is diamond deep purple. Not sure how much of a difference from the diamond purple that's gonna be. This is gold red. I'm sorry. Then we have elf pink gold. Mermaid. I wish I still had the color names for the other ones. I didn't write them down, so they're just numbered. Golden, glitter, green. Okay. And I'm just gonna put, not in this one, a different one. This is the CSY. I want to say it's color shift, but I think it has like an actual name, so I'm just gonna put CSY for now. All right, so let's get them open, and I'm actually just going to I'm not gonna attach the magnets now for time purposes. I'm just going to open them and put them back in the original thing the way it is. So this one is the pistachio blue. It's like opening chocolate. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty nice. I'm going to close this a bit. This one is going to be peacock diamond blue. While you guys are waiting on me to open all of this, if you don't mind, don't forget to hit the like button on the stream. Okay, some of these are really on there. I don't know why I'm being so careful because I'm not actually keeping it, but I didn't want these little gold flakes all over my desk. But some of these things are on there pretty tough. This is peacock diamond blue. This one's pretty too. I'm just going to take these out. Okay. And the thing that it came in is pretty loose. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not, but uh-oh. Yep, wasn't that smart? Okay, they all just kind of fell out. That's okay, I can look for them. That's why, not worried. I just wanted to push these things down a little bit because it's loose. So I'm gonna have to, I do have an extra one somewhere, but I don't know if I'm too much, I don't feel like looking for it. I have a plan for all my watercolors anyway, my metallic ones. Anywho, lavender is next. This one should be and I did not hesitate to get these because I do have the ones. These are also by CSY, so I know they're really good. So I didn't hesitate getting these. But Check this out. This one you can even see the color shift before you even do it. Look, it goes from purple to blue. So that's kind of cool. That was the lavender. Next we have blue gold. Okay. This one is really packed in there. Okay. Ooh, this one's kind of interesting. You can see the gold and the blue. All right, diamond purple is next. I thought maybe I can pull it out from there. It's being a little difficult. There we go. Next we have peacock green gold. At least that's what I'm calling it. We'll have to wet these a little bit too before we start swatching them. All right, what was that? Peacock green gold. So now I'm looking for golden rose. Okay. See, the last ones, I don't recall them being this hard to open. So maybe they changed it up a little bit. Maybe it's probably better for packaging and delivering purposes, I would assume. Or just maybe better in general to hold the paint in place. There's that one. And we are gonna swatch these, so just hang tight. Next is diamond deep purple. I really want to see what the difference is between this purple, because I have diamond purple here, and then you have this diamond deep purple. Oh, I can see the difference already. This is definitely very deep. Nice. Okay. Then we have gold red. 3 more to go, guys. I know it's killing you because it's killing me. If I'd have known it was going to be this difficult, I'd have done this part before I even hopped on here. Okay, there we go. All right, next we have Elf Pink Gold. I'm thinking of working in either my Mythographic whip or my Ivy and the Inky Butterfly whip. I might do Ivy because I have the colors already here on my desk. Some of them, anyway. And some of these metallics might prove very good in that page. We might even do another page just to test out some of these guys. Okay. And then we have Mermaid. These weren't that expensive either. I know handmade watercolor paints are usually really expensive, but these actually weren't that bad. Mermaid looks interesting. I think my favorite is probably this deep purple. And maybe that peacock diamond blue. And the last one is golden glitter green. Ooh, this one's pretty. And then for those of you that missed my video showing off, these are by, I think it's like just some random brand. I don't even think it had a brand name. I tried them. I do like the CSY better, but these are good too. All right, so let's get rid of this. My desk is sprinkled in pretty gold paper. I might put the magnets on there though, so I'm gonna leave those out, but I'm not gonna do it on live. I'm just gonna do it later on. So I'll put those there. And I do have a spray bottle. So I'm gonna put these in here and I'm just gonna spray them and let them be wet. I think I got them all. Okay. We're just gonna let them hang tight. So while we're hanging tight, I'll show you guys my update on Ivy. So this is my newer book, and I did finish the cupcake or the cake page, and I'm working on this side, and I wanted them to match. But I think today maybe we'll start on this one. We'll color like some keys, maybe a couple items from this page. I thought about going in order, but I think I'm just gonna kind of bounce around. So, hey, knock it off. So we'll probably do some of this today. Also, probably tomorrow I will start. I have a plan, and I want to do a page for Christmas in July, which I never do. But I picked out the page. It's gonna be this one, and it's gonna be through live streams. So these paints soak that water right up. It's gonna be through live streams. So I'm gonna probably do Thursdays, and we're just gonna work on this page until it's finished. Once we finish it, then we'll resume our color palette challenges. But I wanted to do a little page for Christmas in July, and it'll probably just be alcohol markers and pencil. Nothing fancy. Just a simple, fun page, taking a little small break from, I'm gonna wipe, I don't know what all this stuff is on my desk, and I need to refill this. It's like dirt or something, I don't know. Anyway, all right. Yeah, just something fun and simple. Okay, so I think they've set for a little bit, and I do like to take a paper towel and go in the middle because I don't like the water to just sit in the thing here, because that's how rust comes about. Not a fan of rust. All right, so I have my Caran d'Ache thing here. Actually, I was gonna use my favorite Castell one, but I don't know where it is. It's on my desk probably somewhere, but where that somewhere actually is, I'm not sure. So we'll use this one. Actually, is it in here? Sometimes I put things places and I don't know what I did with them. It's fine. We'll use this one. Because I like to use the Faber-Castell one for my metallics. I try to keep things the same if I can. But it is a matter of what I did with it. So give me a second. Let me just quickly see if I stashed it in my utility box. I thought I pulled them all out, so, oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Now I don't have to use this one because this one I like to use for regular watercolors and stuff like that. All right. Also, today is the day I'm going to be cleaning off my desk because it is a mess. Okay. Here we go. Starting with pistachio blue. And I'm just going to bring like a little... This is the one I've been using for my little wiping the brush off. Oh, I guess it would make sense if do I have water in here? It does. Okay. So we're just going to grab some of it. Sometimes these take a while though. So you may want to either put a double coat, make sure your brush is wet. Yuki, what's the matter? You want to go out? I do have the room door closed because if he decides to take off and bark, then I have to chase him down, bring him in here again, and all that fun stuff. So we'll wait till that dries, because right now it's not looking very pistachio-y. It does on the brush, so I think I didn't have enough water on the brush to start. All right, Peacock Diamond Blue. Oh yeah, I can see it now. It's starting to. And I believe you can use these on black paper as well. I don't have any intentions on using it on black paper for right now. I'm gonna stick to the paper that I use, which is usually coloring book paper, or watercolor paper sometimes, but I haven't used any of my metallics on watercolor paper except for swatching, so I don't know. I can kind of see the shift in that one. Just getting off all the things here. All the blue before I dip my brush into another color. Right. This one's the lavender. Oh, the lavender is definitely ready. Ooh, okay. But this brush doesn't seem to want to be cooperating today. I might have to change. It's probably had enough of me and my metallic. There we go. This one seems to have some blue to it too. That looks pretty nice. Okay, I'm gonna swap brushes because this one's having some issues today, it seems. So I'm gonna bring in my Kuretake one, but I don't think this one's gonna last through the whole swatching because there's not enough water in here. But this is the blue gold. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the blue gold. Okay, I had to make sure I was looking at the right one. Ooh, I can see the gold. This one's nice. You guys probably can't really see the color shift too much because of the camera. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. But this one's nice. Let me try to see if you guys can see the gold kind of like over here in the corner, and then when you turn it, it goes to blue. They all have a color shift to them. You can really see it in the Peacock Diamond Blue. There's a lot of little green pieces, and then the lavender, you can see the blue. You can see it better once it's dry. So, moving on to the Diamond Purple. gotta show you guys what else I got. It's not coloring related, but if you guys have been around my channel a lot, then you know outside of Pokemon what my other obsession is. And I will show you when we finish here before we start coloring some ivy. So there's that. Peacock green. Some of these paints are a little stiffer than the others, and some of them, like, they take, not stiff, but they take longer to, for the color, the water to kind of set in. And some of them are just, seems to be ready to go right out the gate. This peacock green was ready. It's almost probably too much water because I sprayed it a second time. So usually when I'm in my coloring books, I just take my brush to it. I don't normally spray it first. So that's the peacock green gold. Now moving into the golden rose, which is pretty much ready also. So after I live stream, today is pretty much going to be a playing the game day for me. I have a lot of catching up to do on certain games. So I'm gonna move into the next one while that dries, and then I'll just show them all at the end, just for time purposes. Yes, I like this one. And I'm going to swatch my other ones on my own. I just wanted to show you guys that I am going to re-swatch them and put them in here. Just because it'd be best to have them all in one place. Plus I keep losing that little paper, and I am so sick of losing it and having to look for it and having a panic attack because I don't know where it is. So I'm going to just have them all in one place. Can't lose this book because it's going to sit right on my desk. It's going to have its own little spot right next to my swatch thing. So they look, when they go down, they don't, you can't really tell what's going on in all of them. But when they dry is when you start to see, ooh, this elf pink gold is amazing. When they go down, you can start to see it's a bit better. I think the elf pink is my favorite. Hey, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Hope all is well. I was gonna say hope your weekend is going great, but it's not you guys' weekend. It's my weekend because I'm off. But technically not. This mermaid color is interesting. I don't know if I would have named this one mermaid. It seems a bit dark, maybe like an evil mermaid, like Ursula. It's giving Ursula vibes. And the last one, golden glitter green, which is probably exactly what it says it is. All right. Good. Glad all is well. All right. So these are the color shifts. I like the blue gold. I like this elf pink, and I like this purple. I like both the purples, actually. Not sure. The mermaid one has like some pinky purple going on, but also like a gray. So when you shift it this way, those are those colors. But as you move it, the colors change to other things. Pretty nice. So that is these, and this is what the pan looks like. Pretty nice. I like it. So that is a good thing that I have added to my collection here. Yeah, I since I work on the weekend, my weekend is actually Wednesday and Thursday. Um I haven't done a live in a while, but when I do, it's usually on Wednesday or Thursday. But since I'm trying to kind of post more, um I might do both because I want to work in. All right, so let me go back into this really quick before we get into coloring, and then I'm just gonna move this because it's still kind of wet, as you can see. Some of them are still wet, so I'm just gonna move it. So Christmas in July. It's going to be in Mythographic Aviary. This is the book it's going to be in for those that want to color along, and this is the page I'll be doing. Gonna make it as Christmassy as possible. We got some penguins. Um, we have some. It's an ice cream cone, but they're standing on snow. I'm gonna make it snow. I think it's snow. And I may or may not pull a color palette, but I'm gonna start it tomorrow on the live stream. I'll put the details in the community post once, later on today. But there's like little candy pieces, and we have some just all kinds of bits and pieces. So tomorrow we'll probably, pick the colors and dissect the page a little bit more. So, not sure what time yet. That's why I said I will post it later. And then also, I'll probably work on this page on my own later today. But I am getting my page that I started on my vacation. I'm getting it done. I need to finish coloring the lizard and the trees and stuff. Once I get this main part done, then I'll work on the sky because I think I want some of those newer metallics in there. Um, and then I'll have a page done in Magical Earth. I am really trying to get work done in my mythographic books. Okay, so let's get some coloring done for the second half of this stream here. Oh, I did just tell you I was going to show you what I got. Okay, so before we start coloring, let me grab what I got. So I have a crazy, it's probably not crazy, but I have an obsession with The Legend of Zelda. That is, next to Pokemon, my favorite, sorry, I had it backwards. My favorite game of all time, Legend of Zelda, all of them. My favorite Legend of Zelda game is Ocarina of Time, but I love all of them. So right now I am playing Tears of the Kingdom, which is part 2 of Breath of the Wild. And I have been trying to get this book since the game came out. It kept being out of stock, out of stock. Everyone was buying it. I was losing my mind because I couldn't catch it. I was also kicking myself because I should have pre-ordered it, but I didn't. Um, and so I have the one for part 1. Actually, I have both of the books for part 1, Breath of the Wild. I have the guidebook, which is this one. This was like the special edition guidebook or something. And then I have the art book. So this one is the art book of Breath of the Wild. And I have other Zelda books too, but just for time purposes. So this is the art book. It goes through all the art and the characters of the game, so on and so forth. And you guys know I do sketch and draw and things like that. So I also, not only do I like super fangirl over these books, but I use them for art inspiration as well. So, but for also Breath of the Wild, I also have the guidebook that walks you through the game, helps you with the shrine puzzles and the maps and the, because it is an open world game and it's huge. Like huge is an understatement. It's huge. The map is huge. And so I have the guidebook. So I finally got the guidebook for Tears of the Kingdom. And it's got all the maps, all the puzzles. I was in this area yesterday at work, so I was just kind of using, I had the map in front of me so I didn't have to worry about getting lost. But it has like, I think all the, like when you go to certain areas, it tells you what's in there. Like I haven't even dived into the whole book yet, but it helps you with the shrines if you get stuck, because some of them are super hard. Um, is this is just the guidebook, so they haven't come out yet with the art book for Tears of the Kingdom. Um, so when that comes out, I'm gonna be hunting it down like a dog. But I wanted to show you guys that I got a new Zelda book. So I think I have 6 or 7 now. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, 6. So I really hope they come out with the art book for Tears of the Kingdom, because obsession. I love all Zelda books. So I wanted to do some Zelda fan art in my sketchbook. Um, I have been sketching. I've been working in my sketchbook and I've been doing stuff. So I might do some Zelda fan art. I haven't done any in a while. The last one I did was one of the characters from Tears of the Kingdom, and I didn't even finish it. But anyway, so we're gonna work on this page. Now, I'm working on this page. Kind of, I did a couple videos on it. I haven't posted them yet, but um, I just need to add like some metallics and some glitters and some other her skin tones and stuff. But I thought we would come in and do maybe some stuff here today. But like I said, I'm not going in order, so we don't necessarily have to do that page. We could do like another page, maybe like do some items from this page, knock some of this out. But I kind of was thinking I do want to work in this page, because in the older book, I want to kind of keep the color palette the same. And I thought maybe I would just use this as like a reference. I can't wait till my new book gets like this one where I can just fold it back like this. They're both stitch bound, so the pages are a little stiffer in this one. So I thought maybe I would do some of that, because this is my old version when I was first learning how to color and stuff. So I thought maybe like let's start on this planner. So I'm using the Pablos in here. I haven't used anything else, but I think today I'm gonna bring out my polys and we'll use those and we'll see how those work. So because I know they work in the UK version, they work nicely, but I don't know about this one. But we're gonna find out, because the paper kind of feels the same. I think this one might have a little bit more texture. But let's do some of these leaves. So I'm gonna grab, maybe I'm gonna grab some earth green, maybe, because I want the plant a little bit darker. So I'll grab earth green, maybe some juniper green, and maybe some chrome oxide green. Maybe something like that. So let's just see here. And I still have the colors out from the page that I'm working on the opposite page. These are the Pablos I was using. So I'm just going to pop these in my drawer so they're not in the way. And boom. All right. So let's start with earth green. And I'm just going to base it like I normally do. And I want to see how many layers I can get with the polys, because with the Pablos, I know after so many layers, it starts to feel kind of funny. So I want to see if the Pablos, I mean, if the polys are the same way. They shouldn't be, but we're gonna find out. The polys should be able to layer almost indefinitely in this book. Um, not literally indefinitely. Don't take that literally, but um, here we go. So I'm just going to kind of put a little bit here and a little bit here. I also was thinking about maybe pulling out one Joanna Basford book and doing some coloring in there. Maybe next month, we'll see. Because I do want to focus heavy on my mythographic, and I think this Joanna Basford book is enough, but we'll see. I may do some work in her book, one of her books. I'm thinking maybe because I do have Rooms of Wonder, but I also have Worlds of Wonder, I think it's called. So I could probably do some work in there. I'm trying to see. Okay, we'll see. So today I'll be playing some. I have to work on Disney Dreamlight Valley, so I'll probably play like an hour or two of that and then dive right back into Zelda because there is a new Zelda coming out in August. No, September. And um I need to be ready for that. It's not like a part 3 to Tears of the Kingdom or anything like that, but I do want to have Tears of the Kingdom done or almost done before that game comes out. And it's gonna be cool because in that one, you're actually playing as Zelda, not Link. So I need to see if there's going to be like um a book for it, so I can be totally ready for that, um, and not be stuck waiting and waiting like I was for. And I really just like the hardcover book. So if it's paperback, I may or may not get it. I might, because this is the first game we get to play Zelda, so I might I might get it even if it's paperback, but I usually don't like getting the paperback books because I actually use the books and flip through them and I don't want them to get damaged. Um so this plant looks so much different already compared to the other one. Like I said, my first Ivy and the Inky Butterfly book, I didn't have the skills that I have today. Not saying that my skills are the greatest, but they are much better. I can tell that I learned something along the years. So it's cool to kind of compare it. Yuki was just playing with me with a frisbee, but I guess he changed his mind and went and sat down somewhere. He might be a little bored. We'll probably, like, it's really hot. It's like supposed to be 112 today, so we're not gonna go outside. So I'll probably just dump the toy bin out and let him just kind of go free with the toys. So we're just gonna be relaxing today. Nothing crazy. So I do like that. I like that color. Um, if you want, you can even add a little red to this and have the plants have like a little red, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just shooting out ideas. You can use water-based markers in here. Um, I haven't tested it in this version yet. I could test it on something on this page, maybe. I usually like to just use them for basing, so I would need like a really light color. What is this one attached to? This one maybe? Yeah. So, you can use water-based markers. I wouldn't go heavy with the watercolor. I don't know how much water this book takes. I am able to use a little bit because I do use my metallic watercolors in here, but I don't use a lot of water for that. So again, be careful with how much water you're using because this is not watercolor paper, and some coloring books do not take they don't take water very well. So, and I don't mean just like it doesn't take it well just because it buckles. I mean like it may go through your page if you use too much water. It could rip up your page. So you want to be careful with how much water you're using, and just if you're using watercolor, let it dry in between layers before you just start piling more water on top of it, because your book may or may not take it very well. Hang on a sec. Let me get I forgot I set my iPad on the floor. Hi, Foxy Colorist, how are you? Sorry, I'm just now. Linda, hey. Okay, I need to put my tablet up because I'm not paying attention. Hi, Linda. Hi, Foxy Colorist. How you guys doing? I'm all extra late with Foxy Colorist. I've been watching your videos. It's so nice to see other small YouTube channels post. Um, in all honesty, I'm kind of getting. I still watch the bigger channels, but I've been like on a hunt for smaller YouTube colorists. Uh, it's been nice to see. I've been coming across a few. Not too many. I don't know why it's so hard to find them, but it's nice to see other small channels. And you be coloring with crayons too, like that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna get some. I might take a break and not sketch today, even though I kind of want to. So I'm like, I should take advantage of the fact that I actually want to do some sketching today and do it. Excuse me. Um, so I'll probably take advantage of that and get some sketching done. And some Zelda fan art. I might even, because I have a page in my sketchbook that I kind of want to turn into a print. So I kind of want to refine it and resketch it and, all that fun stuff. Not really a print. I want to, print's not the word I'm looking for. I mean, maybe one day. But I want to put it on canvas is what I meant. I haven't done an acrylic gouache painting in a while, so I might start some of that later. Disregard the noise you hear in the background. That is Yuki. He's playing with this frisbee thing that came in this pack of Amazon toys that I got him. It was like 25 toys for like 13, 14 bucks, something like that. And he favors the frisbee, it seems. So that is what you all are hearing back there. That squishing noise is him and the frisbee. um, for those that are watching and you guys are looking for other people to watch, um, Linda B also has a coloring channel. Check her out. And Foxy Colorist is another colorist here on YouTube. If you guys are looking for other colorists to watch, expanding your colorist YouTube library. Lately, I've been liking watching the well, I've always liked the color and chat videos, but the ones that have like those updates where they're working in more than one book, and they'll work on one book for a little bit and then they'll switch it and they'll, show you what they've been doing in the other book and they work on that for a little bit. I like those lately. I like watching those kind of videos. Not a lot of people do it that way, so it's a little hard to find those videos, but I do enjoy those. I also, I need my blender, but it's got God knows what on it. I'm just using my blender to blend this in because I'm leaving the middle. I'm leaving it kind of light. So I just want to make it look a little bit put together and not just left behind. Yeah, so I like watching those. And what else do I like watching lately? I've been watching, aside from coloring videos, I've been watching a lot of Zelda theories. Again, my obsession. Some of the theories are a little way off, but some of them are pretty interesting and they make you think. I don't know if any of you play video games or play any of the, um, what do you call it? Legend of Zelda series. But I try not to go on a rant because I don't know how many people play Zelda. And if I go on a rant and I'm going on a rant about something, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. Hi, Evelyn. How are you? Evelyn is another colorist here on YouTube, guys. So go check her out as well. Because lately, aside from like the main YouTube people that post their coloring, I've not seen a lot of like newer coloring channels with, that's actually consistent and don't just fall off. So Linda B, Foxy Colorist, and Evelyn Colors, they're all great YouTubers, so check them out. Um, I and Evelyn with those mandalas, beautiful work. Check her out. And if you want to see great crayon work, Foxy Colorist, I be watching. I be watching. And Linda, she has great conversations while she colors, and her work is beautiful too. I was looking at you use those Faber-Castell, those gold, what are they? The black edition, I think they're called. Ma'am, you should use those more often because those other pencils that you fight with, you need to put them down. Put them down because um I can see that you were enjoying the Faber-Castell and they look great. I think you should stick to those. Oh, you're welcome, Evelyn. Yeah, of course. You know, I be trying to expand my YouTube watch list because I like to watch YouTube when I lay down at night and just relax. And sometimes when I'm at work and I need, because when I work there's a lot of noise and I need something that's not work noise because I will lose my mind. So I look for YouTube videos that I can listen to, and you guys all talk for the most part in your videos. So I enjoy watching you guys because I can just sit and listen to like familiar voices and not just work stuff, because I don't want to sit and listen to work stuff while I'm at work. I know that doesn't, it sounds a little crazy, but sometimes I need to tune out work, and I'll just have like you guys in my ear, especially if you're live. Sometimes I'll pop in and I'm listening and sometimes even watching, depending on if it's slow or not. But I can't really type because I'm usually typing something else at work or something of that nature, but I'm listening. So it's good to have something to listen to while I'm at work as well. So, what was I going on? Oh, I was going on about Zelda. uh, if you guys own a Nintendo Switch or thinking about getting a Nintendo Switch, I do recommend the Zelda games. They do have, like, when you if you get a Nintendo Switch, or if you already have one and you have Nintendo Switch Online, which is like their little membership that you can pay for to play online with others, they with it comes free. You can have like the older Game Boy games, the older, I think they have Nintendo 64, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, um, the NES, and the Super Nintendo. And they have the older Zelda games on there. And if you want to start from, the first Zelda, it's there, and work your way up. And then for the actual Switch games, they did remake Skyward Sword, which it was originally on the Wii. They remade it for the Switch, so that one's available. That one's really good. I haven't even finished that one because I had I had that one and Twilight Princess on the Wii, and when I was living at my sister's house, my other sister came to visit with her children, and her children just tore up my Wii games, and I never got to finish Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. So I do have plans on buying Skyward Sword for the Switch so I can finish that one. My plan is to, um, I want to get Skyward Sword because I need to finish it, and I want to get, they remade A Link to the Past. No, not A Link to the Past. Link's Awakening. That one was originally on Game Boy or Game Boy Advance. No, it was on Game Boy because I think my cartridge for that one was Square, if I can remember correctly. Um, that one came out a while ago, so I'm having a hard time exactly remembering which system it was on. But uh, they remade it anyway for the Switch, and so I may get that at some point and replay it. Um, and what else? And Skyward Sword. So I don't know which order I'm gonna play it in because I do want to finish. I played Link's Awakening. I beat that one already, but the one that they remade for the Switch is really cute. So I do want to play that one. So I'm not in a rush to beat that one because I've already beat it, but I do want it for my library. Um, Skyward Sword, I do need to finish because I didn't finish that one. I got pretty far before they came and destroyed my games, like, no home training, but I did get pretty far. Because at the time I was playing Skyward Sword, and I let my sister play my Twilight Princess. So she was going through Twilight Princess, and I was going through Skyward Sword, but we were like feeding each other information on the story because she's also a big Zelda fan. So we were like comparing the story. We like to see the lore and stuff like that. So we were giving each other information, and we like to try and figure out the timeline, figure out what takes place where. So we didn't get to finish because our other sister's children destroyed all of the games. They were dragging them across the floor and doing God knows what. My sister was not watching them. So, and they were, well, some of them were pretty young. They were, like the baby girl, she didn't know any better. She just was doing what her brothers was doing. But they never got replaced or anything. So we never got to finish. So they did not make uh they didn't make a yeah, they were all scratched up. And the Wii, their games are like CDs. So once you scratch them up, it's it. They didn't play anymore. There was no, so uh oh no. This needs to be your sign to finish your my whips. A crochet whip until last minute and injured yourself. Now you're missing a chunk. I'm like, oh no. Oh, you need it for Saturday. Oh no. I'm sorry. That I know that kind of sucks. Yeah, so I was upset, and I wasn't upset at my nephews because, you know, I was more upset at my sister because she wasn't watching them. And I'm like, "Hey, um and then when I told her about it, she was just like, "Well, why didn't you put them up?" And I'm like, "I shouldn't have to hide my things. Um, you should teach your children not to touch things that don't belong to them." So it was a whole thing, but long story short, we didn't get to finish. And so now I'm like, I can probably get like an emulator or something and play Twilight Princess because I left my Wii in California with my nephews so they can have, some cool stuff to play. They have Xbox and all that stuff, but the Wii has motion controls, so I thought they would be interested in that. So I left that with them because I know they would take care of it. But it was a whole thing. So I don't know how I'm going to play Twilight Princess now because I could probably play it on an emulator on my computer, and I think that might be the way to go. Because it feels kind of weird having not completed two Zelda games in the series and I've completed all the others. So it is a little weird. Um, so I'm trying to play catch up, and I can get Skyward Sword on the Switch because they remade it. So I'm not worried about that one. Um, unless they put unless they either remake, and I need to see if they remade it. I'm not even sure. I'm just assuming they didn't. I don't recall seeing any remakes for Twilight Princess. Um, so I need to just kind of check. But uh, as far as Skyward Sword, I know that one is remade, so I can replay that one. Not worried about that. So Nintendo has this thing where you can pay I think $99 or $100 basically, and you can pick. It comes with two game vouchers, so you can pick two games, any games that are eligible anyway, and instead of paying, because the games are like they're like $60 each, so it's like $20 off, $21 off. Um, and you can choose, two games. So I think I'm going to, once I save up for it, because I don't want to just chuck $100, into the not really into the hole, but you know, it's better that I do it that way versus buying the games separately because I will save. So, but the first two I'm gonna get is definitely Skyward Sword and Link's Awakening. And then from there, grab, I'm gonna get another voucher, but I'm not gonna get it until the new Zelda comes out because I'll grab the new Zelda with it. And then I'll grab, if they have Twilight Princess, I will grab that. But I don't think they do, so I'm not really sure what I'm gonna grab with the second, what game I'm gonna grab with the second one. Because you get two vouchers. I don't know if you have to use them at the same time or not. But if you do, I need to think about what game I want to grab with that second one. Um, but for the first one, definitely Skyward Sword because that game was so wholesome and I was having so much fun. And I don't even think I had it for a good week before they came and destroyed it. So I do miss it. That game was wholesome, and I'm gonna grab definitely that. And so I'm so annoyed at myself. No, don't be annoyed at yourself. I mean, you know, things happen. You know. So I'm gonna grab those for sure, and I kind of want to grab the Skyward Sword and Link's Awakening before November because I want to have them. I want to have Skyward Sword beat before November. But I also need to, because if I'm thinking correctly, I'm not sure because this is a guess because they haven't told us um, what where this game is gonna fall on the timeline. But going by the style, the art style of the game, I want to say this happens either directly after or sometime after Link's Awakening. So I do want to replay that because if this is something that happens right after, I want to refamiliarize myself with what I mean, I roughly know what happened in that one. That if it takes place on that same area, then it's got to be somewhere on that timeline. So I want to make sure that I familiarize myself with it, but I'm not sure because they only gave us one trailer, so we don't know what's going on. um, so I'm gonna try to catch up, I guess, and I don't know if I'm gonna catch up on all of it by November. I think it comes out. No, I think it comes out September. So by the end of September, because I think it comes out September 26th. So I need to have had Tears of the Kingdom done. That should have been done ages ago, but that game is so big and so vast, and the world and everything is huge. So I'm a distracted gamer, so I keep coming across things and caves and stuff that I just have to explore. So I'm gonna keep these browns out because there are some things on here that is the same color as that, but I am gonna add some metallic gold or maybe like a bronze or something. So for those that are just joining, I did showcase some new metallic watercolors from CSY, and I did swatch them. I forgot there were people coming in, so I did swatch them. That's what they look like. Awesome. These are like the color shade ones. So I'm actually later on today gonna swatch these over into this book, and this is gonna be my metallic watercolor book because I'm tired of this paper. I'm tired of losing it. I'm not tired of the paper itself. I'm tired of losing it. So I think actually instead of gold, I might do this brown because if I look on the original one, I have brown and it looks like I used some kind of metallic marker. So I have three browns. This one has like some gold green to it, so I probably won't use that one. But I'm looking at one of these, and I think I want the brighter one. I was gonna go with the dull one, but I think I want the bright one. So, yeah. So, as you guys know, I'm trying to post and stuff more consistently. So, I'll probably do some videos on doing some of these things, but I did want to get some coloring in today. Here we go. And then I thought about doing actually a gaming stream later on, playing some Zelda, because that's what I'm going to be on heavy, very heavily this weekend. Well, this is my weekend, so I say this weekend. I'm going to be playing some Zelda, uh, Tears of the Kingdom. So I might um, hop on later if you guys want to come hang out. It won't be any coloring. You'll just see me playing the game, but I will be talking. I'm always talking. Um, we'll just hang out, play some Zelda, and you guys can ask me all the Zelda video gaming questions you want. I meant to put a paper behind this page. I did not. So some of this probably rubbed off on the other side. Let me grab this paper. I also noticed that in these Ivy and the Inky Butterfly books, especially in the other one, if you don't put a paper, sometimes the ink will transfer over. Linda's like gaming, yeah. Yeah, I have a separate gaming channel, but I don't really go over there and post. Um, I think I'm just gonna. I don't feel like managing two YouTube channels anymore, so I'm just gonna game over here occasionally, just when I want to hang out and talk, or if anyone wants to come just hang out and talk. It'll just be like little live streams or something. It may or may not be Zelda. Um, Today it'll probably be Zelda, but it'll usually be something cozy like Zelda, or well, I find Zelda cozy, but it's also quite challenging because there's a lot of puzzles in Zelda. So if you like games where you have to figure out puzzles and stuff like that, then Zelda's the way to go. Because that's like their thing. It's like adventure. You know, you're going on the adventure, still fighting monsters and stuff. But there's also puzzles, especially in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Um, they have these things called shrines. And you go inside these shrines. And usually the goal is like to get to the other side, or you have to bring something over to the other side, or it's usually some kind of something that you have to do. So, but they don't give you any clues really. You walk in, they give you the name of the shrine, the topic, which is, I guess you can kind of call it a clue, and that's it. You've no idea what you're supposed to be doing. They don't tell you anything. So you just have to figure it out. Um, I had one where I had to when I walked in, they gave me the name of the shrine, and they were like, it was like railways something something. So I'm like, okay. So when you look around, you see like these little roller coaster tracks, and you see a few pieces of like wood or like these little metal slabs on the ground, and that's it. So you have to figure out like which abilities you need to use, what you're supposed to do with those metal slabs, and then in each one there's a treasure chest that you can get to, but that's a separate puzzle in itself. You have to figure out how to get to the treasure chest, or how to get the treasure chest to you, or whatever the case may be with the treasure chest. So it's pretty crazy. Okay, so that is the new plant. Let me zoom out. That's the new plant. This is the old plant. So I hope you guys can see. Okay. Okay. There. So this one I tried to add some, I don't know what metallic. It had to be some kind of water-based metallic because um maybe gel pen. It looks like it could have been gel pen. Don't quote me. But that's the older one. And this is the newer one. I like the newer one because the plants are darker. So, but I'm just gonna go through, and each one is, it's gonna look similar. So, um, Linda's like, both are beautiful, but Linda, don't be lying to me. You know this plant over here is a hot mess. Like, and don't lie to me, Linda. And then I meant to come through and shade this. I mean, blend this in. But yeah, so that's kind of my thing that I like about Zelda is the puzzle. So I don't know if you guys are interested, I can do like a Zelda series where I play like all the Zelda games. There's a lot of real estate on those walls. Oh, and the other page, yeah. So this is like the, I think I forgot what they were calling it, but yeah, it's a lot going on in this room. Um, oh, you were looking at the, oh, okay, okay. Both are nice. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Both are nice. I personally like the newer one. Um, yeah, I like the newer one. The older one, I don't know. It just seems so flat. I think that's probably why I'm not too fond of it because it seems plant. Now I do like this one. It looks like I mixed like some kind of orange with a brown or something. I want to try and do that again because that does look kind of cool. Because it's not just brown, it's like orange brown or something. So I do like that. And the little, I didn't even color, what was going on with me in this book? I didn't even color the little soil that the plant was on. That would drive me crazy now looking and seeing stuff that I didn't color. I could have put some glitter on it or something. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, the plant on the, there was like not enough shading or something. It's okay. Yeah, it was definitely missing a lot of something. So I think I'm gonna grab this one because I like that orange color. Maybe this one. That might be too much. Probably this one, this, and maybe a darker one. Probably this. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna do the bottom part first. Yeah, so anyway, so I can do like a Zelda series if you guys are interested. And I don't know if you want, we can do the older ones first and work our way up to the newer ones, or we can do the newer ones first and work our way backwards. Um, so I have, or I can do a poll and we can see which, you guys can vote on which Zelda game you want me to play. We can do that too. And then for the new Zelda when it comes out, I can do a series on it. But you have to let me know before it comes out because when it comes out, you guys know I'm gonna be like, boom, ready to go, ready to play, gotta play it now. So if you guys actually want to see me play it, let me know prior so that I don't leave you guys behind because I will be like, listen. But I think if it's anything like any of the other Zelda games, I should be able to have more than one save file. And if that be the case, then I can have my own save and then I can have a separate save ready for you guys to watch. But the thing with that would be, no, not tedious at all. Let me tell you, I will play Zelda so many times. I've played Ocarina of Time. I don't know how many times I've played that one because that one's my favorite. Um, I played Majora's Mask, me and my sister. That one we played a couple of times because the first time we didn't know what we were doing. The second time, we got stuck. Then the third time, we had someone at my school because I was still in school. I think I was in middle school or something when that one came out. My friend, he had the guidebook, and he was like, "Oh, I beat the game. You can have the book. Here you go." And I was so excited because I came home and I showed my sister, and I was like, "Look, look, look, look." And at the time, we didn't own the game yet. We were like renting it from Blockbuster every like weekend, and we would rent it, but then we would get stuck, and then it would have to go back on on that Monday or Sunday or something like that. So we would be sad because it was just like, man. So finally, I think my mom bought it for us for Christmas or something, and then we had the guidebook, and then from there it was like, okay, we followed the guidebook whenever we would get stuck. For the most part, we figured it out, but it was just certain things, like certain um things that and I think I still have the guidebook maybe somewhere. I know I'm probably gonna need it because some of those puzzles, I mean, maybe we can probably try and go through it without the guidebook, but I do have the guidebook somewhere. But Ocarina of Time, that one we also got stuck on, but we figured that one out without the guidebook because we actually owned that game. So we figured that one out without the guidebook, and that one was, whew, I love that one. That one's my favorite. But yeah, play them in order. Yeah, I could play them in order though. That way because I mean, okay, so I can play them in order of when they came out, or I can play them in order of the timeline order because I wonder if they did because I need Wind Waker too. That one I also had on GameCube. I think it was on GameCube, but I need to see which ones I have on my Switch because I don't have my GameCube. So, I can see which ones I have on the Switch, which ones are available, and we can do it that way because I don't know because there's a timeline order and then there's an order of when things when they came out like in the store. So I can go by timeline order, which I'll explain here in a second because we are gonna wrap up here soon. I just want to color these leaves, but in the soil. I can't forget the soil on this one. But there's a timeline order of when things happened and so on and so forth. So I can play it that way, which I do have a rough, because one of my books actually explains the timeline, sort of, but I don't think it includes Breath of the Wild. But I can check the Breath of the Wild book and see what part of the timeline Breath of the Wild falls on. Also, I need to figure out where my Breath of the Wild is because I have been having a hard time trying to find it, and I don't know. I might need to rebuy that one too, which I don't mind. It's no biggie. I might have accidentally traded it in, and that's probably why I can't find it, and then that would suck because I normally never trade my Zelda games in, but it's possible that I did. Um, so if that's the case, then that will be something else that I used the other coupon for. I can get the new Zelda and re-buy Breath of the Wild again for that. I also got a memory card, so it's a bigger memory card so that I don't have to worry about space either. So, or that timeline would be cool. Then it's like a story. Yeah. So the timeline. Okay. All right. Polychromos case, stay please. So let's see. Let's compare this really quick. I tried to get that orangish look, but with the shading, I think I got it, kind of. And I also colored the soil and I made the leaves darker. And then so this, I'm just going to do some metallic, and then the rope will be the same color. I kept those colors out, so the rope will be the same color. But like these little pieces here, I'm gonna make them metallic. I might do metallic gold on this one. I don't want to do the brown right next to the gold. I mean the brown right next to brown, so I'm gonna probably do gold. So yeah, it's the timeline. It's kind of like a story. And so with Zelda, um basically there's like, it's not always the same Link and it's not always the same Zelda. Oftentimes it's different. They're born into some kind of, it's like they're different people, but they're still the hero and the princess of that time, I guess I can say. But some games have sequels, so some of the games it is the same person, and some of the games it is not. So I will have to let you guys know, but it's still a timeline order because oftentimes it is the same area. It just looks different or something of that nature. So I will have to, as I play it, I will have to tell you guys, like, hey, okay, this is still Hyrule, and this is still, this is somewhere different when I play it. So for those that are interested in coloring only, I'm gonna stop the coloring here, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about Zelda because I'm gonna probably do that stream later, but I do want to show you guys what I'm talking about. But here's what we did for the coloring today. I will put some info about the Christmas in July in the community tab. That's another thing. I need to start using my community tab more. But anyway, so I have here, hold on, give me a sec. Let me just grab it because it's, that's arts and artifacts. What's history? Okay. Hyrule Historia, which is basically, in this book, has the timeline. So let me zoom out so I'm not killing anyone's eyes trying to zoom in here. Okay. So the timeline, they do have the timeline in here. Now what page is on? I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so we know Skyward Sword, I think, is the beginning. That's literally the beginning of it all. This book legitimately goes over the whole history of it. All right. So this is the timeline before Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So Skyward Sword came first in the timeline, and then the Minish Cap, and they're showing like the games. They're telling you the timeline, but I'm just showing the games because we'll play the games and then you can see what happens in the game. But Skyward Sword, and then the Minish Cap. I do have those. I do have my Switch here. Let me see here. Because some of these, and I thought there was a page in here that tells you what game. It's like it tells you the game order. It might be in the back. So the game catalog. Okay, so it has the game order. So it has the release date back here, and then it has and I'm just gonna mute my TV because I don't want any copyright strikes or anything. Um, so we have the game catalog here, but then we have the chronological order of the timeline. So, Linda, I think this is the one you played. This is the original one. I mean, I played all of them. I played this one too, but I didn't play it right when it came out because I wasn't born yet. But because according to this here, it came out in 96, no, 94. Do 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 in the on the Famicom. This thing. Okay, so when I played it, quiet. When I played it on Game Boy Advance, I think. So it came out originally in 86, but then it was re-released on Famicom in 94, and then the Famicom Mini, which Game Boy Advance. So, um, I don't know what the heck Famicom is. Oh, here we go. Cause I'm like, what is that? All right. Um, Game Boy Advance, anyways, when I played it. So that's you might have played it on the original NES system, maybe Linda, is what I'm thinking. So I can actually go to my and I'm looking at my TV while I'm doing this also because it has, like I said, with Nintendo online you get, oh, I actually, let me save my game first before I close it out because I'm like in the middle of a cave somewhere and I probably should save. Um, on the Switch, if you have, yeah, the original system, yeah. So if you have the Switch online membership thing, they have like ports that they port over from the old systems. So you get Game Boy Advance games, and it's not all the games, but they put like the popular ones on there, I guess. So Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Color, Nintendo, and Super Nintendo. So if I'm not mistaken, I do believe this one was on um, Nintendo or Super Nintendo, one of the two. Uh, then you have part two. So this one is a direct sequel of this one. So you have this one I definitely played. Um, they're just showing like the pictures of the Japanese and European versions, but you know, ours looked a little different. Ours looked like this one. So this one is kind of what ours look like. Even though it says European, the cover art for ours look like that one and that one. So this is a direct sequel to this. That's why it's called Zelda 2. Um say what? This is a current, okay. We're just gonna, all right. Um then you have a link to the past. And remember this is the order of the game itself release date, not the actual timeline order. So this one, I know for a fact, I think this one is on the Switch. And I'm just going to double check because they did, I don't know if they put both. Oh, they did put both. Okay, so both of these is on the Switch. So we have those two. And let me just grab a marker so I know that, I mean, not an actual marker. Don't spaz out, guys. I meant like a page marker so I can mark which ones so we can get this together. Because if I'm gonna do it in game, I want to see which games we actually have available to play. So we have this one. I'm just gonna stick it there. That's fine. And we have this one. They're both on the Switch. So A Link to the Past. Um, I think that one was on Super Nintendo, maybe. Big question mark on that. Let's go check out Super Nintendo. because that was regular Nintendo. I just checked the um, Nintendo online thing that I have, and I'm just going through seeing which ones are available to play and which system it's on. So this one says, yeah, Super Nintendo right here. Super Nintendo 1991. So this one should be on here. Let's see if they put it. Because again, they didn't put all the games. Yep. Okay. So we do have this one available to us. So instead of doing this, I should probably just write it down, huh? You guys are probably screaming, just write it down, Jazz. um, I told you guys when it comes to Zelda, I'm just like, I will go left field, and you guys will be like, what? Wow, you think Pokemon is my thing. Okay, so we have, let me just get a marker or pen or something. Okay, grab a pen, Jazz, not hard. Okay, so we do have The Legend of Zelda. And that one's on NES. I'm just gonna put what it's on. And then we have Zelda 2. That one's also on NES. And then we have Link to the Past. That one is on Super NES. Okay. So then we have Link's Awakening. So Link's Awakening is the one that I want to read. I don't want to put you guys through the torture of watching the older one. I want to actually get the one from the remake. So we'll play the remake because I'll buy that one. That's the one I want to buy that I was telling you guys about. So then we have Ocarina of Time, and I know they have that one because I was replaying it yet again. I told you guys I've played it so many times. So that one they have for sure on the 64. That one came out in 98. So we have Ocarina of Time. That one is my favorite. That one's on 64. And then the sequel to that, or not even the sequel, more like part 2, I guess, is Majora's Mask. So we have that one to play. That one is also on 64. So then you have the ones that were on Game Boy. So now we have, because it says Game Boy Color, and this is the Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. I don't know if that one is on here, so let me just check because it says Game Boy. So it may not be on here yet. I think they were saying that one of these games, the seasons, I think they were either remaking it or that's this one here. You guys can't see because it's okay. Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. I don't know if that one is available to us to play. I may have to buy this one, or I think it comes. I seen like a YouTube video or something about these two games because I think it's gonna come with one of. I don't know if it's coming with one of the newer Zelda games or if it is part of like some deal or something. I seen I can't remember where I seen it at. Oh, they added it. Okay, here we got it. Okay, so we have Ages and Season. Nice. Okay. So that was on Game Boy Color. So we have that one to play. Now, here's where things starts to get interesting because you have The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. That one was on GameCube and they've not added any GameCube games to the Switch Online service. It's right now it's only Game Boy, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, Nintendo Game Boy Advance. So for that one, I would have to check the shop. Um, and I'm gonna have to see if that one is available on the Switch, because that one, like I said, was only on. I know they remade it, I think, for the Wii, but they don't have Wii games yet either. So I'm just gonna type in Zelda in the shop and see which ones um, that are available to purchase as far as any of these remakes. So looks like, yeah, no. So that one we might not be able to play yet. Unfortunately. Not until they add the Wii games, or until they do a remake. So the only one that is going to be rebuyable is Link's Awakening and Skyward Sword. So we won't be able to play Twilight Princess either. So with that being said, I can, for those two, the only thing I can do is the next time I am at my mom's, I can bring my GameCube back with me, in my thing, because we can't play Wind Waker. But what we can do is, we can watch like a walkthrough video together on YouTube or something, and then boom. All right. The next one is A Link to the Past, and Four Swords. That one's on Game Boy Advance. Now, I did see something of them talking about adding that one. So, um, it was kind of like, it's basically A Link to the Past. It's the same game, but you can play it with other people. So, if any of you have a Switch and you guys want to play together, then we can do, instead of doing A Link to the Past and it's just me, we can play together. So, but anyway, Four Swords, we'll just put it just in case you guys are interested in that. And that was Game Boy Advance, GBA. All right. So that's the next one is the Minish Cap. Now that one I do know is on here, so I'm gonna put that one there. That one's on GBA also. We can't play Twilight Princess. So as of right now, Twilight and Wind Waker is unavailable to us. Um, Phantom Hourglass is also going to be, I believe, unavailable to us because that was on the DS. So Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks we can't play. I'm just gonna draw a little hourglass and Spirit Tracks. Okay. So we can't play those because those are on the DS and they've not added DS games yet. And then of course we have Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and then the Echoes one, which is not out yet. That comes out in September. Now, if we go back to the timeline, because now we have which ones we can play. So if we go in timeline order, we are going to play Skyward Sword. Did I not put Skyward Sword on here? I didn't. Okay. Order of release date. Did we pass Skyward Sword? Did they not show it? Skyward Sword was where? Oh, maybe it wasn't out yet. That could be it. Okay, so Skyward Sword is probably going to come after Spirit Tracks. So Skyward Sword is here somewhere. And that was on Wii, but we're gonna play it on Switch. But originally it was on the Wii. Okay, now timeline order. We have Skyward Sword. We can play that one. The Minish Cap. We can play Four Swords. I guess it might be a little bit different, Four Swords, because okay, we're just gonna put it the way they have it, Four Swords, and then my favorite, Ocarina of Time. Now this is where the timeline splits, right? So we can choose. It's gonna split into 3 from here. So I'm just gonna name them timeline 1, 2, and 3. I'm not gonna spoil the whole thing. So we have Link to the Past, Oracle of Ages and Season. I'm just gonna put Ages and Season. Link's Awakening. And then we have Legend of Zelda, which is the first one. And Zelda 2. That's timeline 1. Now timeline 2 is going to be Majora's Mask, Twilight, which we can't play, but it's there. So I'm just going to put a star because we can't play that one. And Four Swords Adventures. I'm not sure what that is, but okay. We'll just put Four Swords at, because I don't know which, I have to look again on which one is available. And then timeline 3, we have Wind Waker, which we can't play right now. Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, which I guess we won't do timeline 3 because we don't have those games to play to us. So if we do it by timeline, Skyward Sword would be first. But if we do it in order of release, then it's going to be The Legend of Zelda, which is the original one. So Linda's like, wow, I know, it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. When I say it's a whole thing, it's a whole thing. So, story purposes, we can do it in chronological order. And then, of course, after Spirit Tracks, it goes on and on and on. So, as we play, if you guys want, I can go through the book and talk about, because they have it sectioned off, and I can go through the book. If you guys are confused about anything, we can just go on and talk about it and blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to make a post, and we'll go in chronological order, but I'm going to make a post on, I need to figure out what's the best time for you guys, because it'll most likely be a live stream. It'll be pretty fun. We'll just chill, and you guys can laugh at me die 50 times. Because that's probably what's going to happen. And yeah, so we can do that. And this one's kind of like the art book too. So since we're going in chronological order, I will do a video and I will go over everything Skyward Sword, because that's technically the first one we're going to play. So I'll make a video. We'll talk about Skyward Sword. Just like, I won't spoil anything, but we'll talk about it and then we'll play it. Linda's laughing. Linda, this is my second addiction, okay? It's really bad, but it's also really fun. So there's that. I don't mind this addiction. And I'm sure I share this addiction with others, so it's okay. But yeah. So that's pretty much all I have going on today. And I'm going to go find some food and see exactly how I'm going to go about this. And I will talk to you guys all later. Bye. Thanks for coming.